The platform 2 continues to explore the grim reality of the vertical prison. The sequel further develops the themes of suffering, sacrifice, and social control that were presented in the platform. Perempuán's story culminates in a dramatic finale as she reaches the lowest level of the pit. Throughout the film, she challenges the harsh regime led by Eugene Bobby, who enforces a rigid set of laws to regulate food distribution. After seeing the cruelty that Bobby's methods inflict, Perempuán plans an escape by pretending to be dead. Her strategy hinges on being taken to the bottom of the pit, where the bodies of deceased prisoners are dumped. When she arrives at the lowest level, she encounters a group of mysterious people, including her deceased cellmates Anointed and Trimagasi, a character from the first movie. This reunion hints that Perempuán has died and joined other deceased prisoners who oppose the system. The bottom of the pit is portrayed as an underworld-like realm, representing a final resting place for those who challenged authority. The scene suggests that Perempuán's journey ends in acceptance of her fate and reconciliation with her past. The image of a drowning dog, inspired by the famous Spanish artist Francisco de Goya's painting The Dog, El Perro, serves as a metaphor for Perempuán's personal struggle in the platform 2. Perempuán swallows this painting as part of her escape, symbolizing her acceptance of her guilt and suffering. By doing so, Perempuán embraces her mistakes and begins a journey of self-forgiveness. This act transforms her suffering into a path of redemption. The pit, as a whole, can be seen as a modern allegory for the biblical Tower of Babel, a place where individuals are punished for their pride and ambition. Perempuán's descent into the pit mirrors a descent into a hellish purgatory, where she must confront her own demons before finding peace. The Anointed One, Eugene Bobby, implements a stringent code in the pit to enforce equality and solidarity among the prisoners. His followers, known as the Loyalists, are required to eat only the food they requested before entering the pit, while monitoring their neighbors to ensure compliance. Those who disobey are harshly punished, and the 4 prisoners above the offender's level are responsible for delivering justice. Bobby's law divides the prisoners into 2 distinct groups. Loyalists, those who strictly adhere to Bobby's regulations and use violence to maintain order. Barbarians, those who reject the rules and engage in rebellious acts, such as stealing food or resorting to cannibalism. Initially, Perempuán supports Bobby's system because it appears to promise fairness. However, she quickly realizes that his regime is as tyrannical as the behavior of the barbarians. Caught between 2 extremes, she eventually chooses a middle path, where she aligns with the barbarians but refuses to abandon her humanity by resorting to cannibalism. While the pit's rules might seem designed to create a fair distribution of resources, their strict enforcement leads to brutality and suffering. Bobby's unwavering adherence to these laws, without any compassion or flexibility, results in a system that dehumanizes and oppresses its inhabitants. The narrative exposes how extreme ideologies, even those based on equality, can lead to tyranny when applied without regard for context or humanity. Bobby's blindness to the prisoner's suffering mirrors the actions of the administration that sends the platform down each day without enough food for everyone. Despite his proclaimed goal of achieving justice and equality, Bobby becomes another instrument of oppression, enforcing his laws without understanding or empathy. The mid-credits scene of the Platform 2 reveals a group of prisoners descending to the lowest level, each carrying a child. This suggests that while many continue to suffer in the pit, a few seek redemption by rescuing the children left on level 333. The scene also indicates that every month, a new child is placed at this level by the authority, perpetuating a cycle of suffering and replacement. The mid-credits scene also implies the existence of multiple vertical prisons around the world, each conducting similar social experiments. This idea is supported by comments made by director Galder Gazdelarrutia, who confirmed in an interview that there are many such facilities globally, operating in various forms. A reflection on humanity's endless struggles. The Platform 2 deepens the themes of human suffering and societal critique introduced in the first film. The pit serves as a microcosm for the conflict between extreme ideologies and the struggle for survival. Perempuán's journey from rebellion to acceptance reflects the complexity of human nature and the difficulty of finding redemption in an unforgiving world. The mid-credits scene broadens the scope of the film, suggesting that the horrors of the pit are not isolated but are part of a much larger system of control and suffering.